What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Roxamore Sports Network live from Woodland Hills High School. Craig Thomas to my left. I am Travis Newton as it is game one of the MLK Showcase. We are excited. Two great schools as we will get you started here on the Roxamore Sports Network. We have Sunrise Christian Academy versus the Carolina Basketball Academy. Sunrise, 22nd ranked team in the nation and first in the state of Kansas. We get things started here. It will be the Carolina Basketball Academy winning the tip. And Craig Thomas, two very athletic teams. What do you think is going to be the goal? You got to see him shoot around a little bit. What do you see from these two teams coming up right now?
Well, as far as the Sunrise Christian Academy, they're a great team. They are 13-2 with only 2 losses through Hamilton Heights and Huntington Prep. Hamilton Heights is number 2 in the nation. Huntington Prep is a very high recruited team as well. Just going to have to not fall in love with the three-pointer and take good shots and work the inside.
Dante Walker, he's going to miss his first shot, and we do have the shot clocks turned on here in this tournament, so that'll be a little bit of a change-up, speed up the game a little bit, hopefully get some higher scoring games with that shot clock. So first possession for Sunrise Christian Academy, the Buffaloes from Bel Air, Kansas. Looking to get a shot going on their first possession. It'll be Ty Berry, a very highly regarded player for the Buffaloes, and number 22 nailing the shot. Jaden Stone, the 6'4 senior, nothing but net on his first one.
Yeah, that was a great shot. Rotated the ball around, got a good look, a mid-range shot, and knocked it down.
Ty Berry running the point guard position, one of the top in the state. A transfer from Newtown High School as another miss by the Carolina Basketball Academy. Pump fake, kick out, 3. Stone again, off back iron.
Slightly off the mark. CBA going the other way.
And already, Craig, we can tell Carolina Basketball Academy definitely not afraid to shoot the ball. They got a quick trigger, haven't been able to hit one yet.
Yeah, so one of their keys is going to be they're going to have to make shots. They're going to have to defend well because the Sunrise Christian Academy is loaded with shooters.
Zachary Clemens tried the three-point shot, got his own rebound. The putback no good, battle for the ball under the hoop, and here comes Carolina Basketball Academy the other way. On the break, the left-handed shot is good. That's number 4, Omar Gardner, securing the first points of the day for the Tigers.
Great drive and finish with the left hand at the rim with a contested layup. That was a great move.
Sunrise Christian back on the offensive attack, depending on which ratings you're looking at. One of the top in the country. They're ranked at 22, and then 5th in the XL rankings on Max Preps.
So far, we've had some great action. Both teams are playing well, moving the ball around. A little bit off the mark on their shots, but I'm sure they'll get tuned in relatively quick.
Nice dish inside, and Kendall Brown, he's going to get the easy one. Kendall Brown, another highly recruited player. He's the 35th ranked player in the nation, number 1 in Kansas, and number 9 amongst small forwards. He has offers from Kansas, Ohio State, Minnesota, Marquette, and Arkansas, to name a few. 16 total offers for Brown. So good ball movement for the Tigers of the Carolina Basketball Academy. That one's tipped away and off of the Tigers. Not happy with the call. And we'll see if they change it up. They will.
Yeah, a little mix-up. Good to see the referees come together and get the call right. You hate to see, referees have any, influence on the game here.
Once again, we'd like to welcome you to the MLK Showcase. As a nice spinning jumper there by Dante Walker. His second bucket of the game, his first bucket of the game, he now has 2.
Yeah, Dante's a 6'7" senior player for the Tigers.
Oh, and a powerful block by Solomon Ray, meeting him at the hoop. Oh, and the putback's good. Brown just in the right spot for the tip-in.
Yeah, great tip and great follow-up tip-in on that shot.
So already Sunrise Christian Academy very active on the offensive boards as that three-pointer is off the mark by Walker, and fast on the break are the Buffaloes. Brown's going to pass up on the open 3 from the corner. Oh, nice dish inside. Now coming back into Brown, high above the rim and dunks it down. A nice take by Kendall Brown.
Yeah, these guys are definitely playing above the rim here. Something that we don't get a lot of chance to see here in Western Pennsylvania, but these are definitely some high flyers here.
No doubt, and of course you got to see a dunk in the broadcast against Greensburg-Salem. That was the first dunk I've seen of the season, so glad to get here in the MLK Classic, get some of these top teams in the nation, and see some of the top talent as a nice flush by Kendall Brown, throwing it down with one hand.
So with 3:51 left here in the first quarter, the Sunrise Christian Academy is leading the Carolina basketball Tigers here 8-4, and the Carolina team will be going to the free throw line shooting 2 there.
It'll be the 6'4" senior Omar Gardner going to the stripe for the pair. Gardner, nice looking shot, sinks the first. We just saw Kendall Brown with the slam. His father, actually a very prominent basketball player as well. He played at Southwest Missouri State and then professionally in Europe, South America, and probably his best one as a member of the Harlem Globetrotters. So you're going to see some flashy dunks from Brown because his dad taught him that way.
Yeah.
Carolina Basketball Academy playing some soft man-to-man offense. Ty Berry pump fake on the 3, now kicks it back out. The Buffaloes trying to get Brown involved early. Berry no good on the 3.
Yeah, he had a wide open look there. Good opportunity, just a little bit long with the shot. Rebound going the other way right now.
Nice crossover there by number 21 for the Tigers. Puts up the tough shot, won't go. And on the rebound attempt, Dylan Jones falling to the ground. It will be a traveling violation. It'll stick with the Tigers.
Yeah, it looks like you had 2 of the Christian Academy Sunrise players going for the ball. Zachary Clements and Dylan Jones, and run into each other and go for the ball.
And it'll be number 23 checking into the game. That'll be Shaden Sharp. Sunrise Christian's going to have numbers here. Pull-up jumper by number 4. That goes off the backboard. No good. Try the putback. Nice defense at the rim. Another pull-up pop and shot. That misses as well. So 3 missed shots in a row for Sunrise Christian, but once again, strong on the offensive boards. They keep possession. This time the 3, back iron off the mark.
Yeah, that shot was slightly off the mark by a guard, Ty Berry, 6'3" senior. He's committed already to Northwestern, so he has a commitment to go there, and he'll be playing in Illinois' Big Ten University in the fall.
And Craig, not only do these players for Sunrise Christian Academy look like NBA players, they play a very similar offense to what an NBA team would play. Very fluid with the ball, putting up a lot of shots and creating a lot of one-on-one opportunities. You don't see many in the NBA game, you do see the pick and rolls. We haven't seen many here for Sunrise Christian. Just a lot of one-on-one, open up the floor and let your players make plays.
And there are 2 losses this year. I was talking to one of their coaches earlier, and he said that Coach Braden Proctor said that they fell in love with the 3, and that caused them to have a couple losses earlier in the season. So he wanted to make sure they worked the ball inside.
And a nice find inside to Kenny Poto, number 11, 6'10", making it look easy down in the paint. And usually 6'10" is the tallest player on the court in the high school game, but not tonight, as Carolina Basketball Academy has Solomon Ray standing at 6'11".
Yeah, Kenny's a Swedish international player, so this team is loaded with players. It's maybe similar to a small college team.
And Dante Walker showing that he's a prevalent scorer on this Carolina basketball team, also doing a nice job of communicating to his teammates as that pass is off the mark. Will go out of bounds, and now back to the Tigers. Like we mentioned, this is just game 1 of many here at the MLK Showcase live from Woodland Hills High School. Coming up next, we have the host team, Woodland Hills Wolverines, as they take on rival Gateway Gators. And their first matchup of the season went into overtime, and the Gators winning by the skin of their teeth, just a 2-point victory for Gateway over Woodland Hills. Setting up on the offensive side are the Tigers of Carolina. Gonna pull a three. That one will go short, so not a very good shooting night for both teams, as most of the buckets have came down in the paint.
Looks like that ball was tipped, but the referees called it out of bounds. Going the other way, back to CBA.
So Sunrise Christian in the gray uniforms, they lead 10-7 over the Carolina Basketball Academy in the black. Carolina Basketball Academy out of Elizabeth City, North Carolina. They are co-coached by Robert Jones and Greg Primus. So about a 15-second difference between shot and game clock here, and a wild shot from three-point land. That's off the mark. Now the Buffaloes with numbers. Kick out to the tall fella here on the wing. We know he can shoot it too for his size.
As the clock winds down, there's under 10 seconds now.
Oh, a great feed inside, went to the bucket and will draw the foul. Looked like he may have been ready to dish it off to his teammate, but they'll call a foul, and it will be a shooting foul. That'll send Jaden Stone to the line for a pair.
So it's good to see those young men cut to the hoop and try to penetrate and get to the front of the rim, as opposed to settling for three-point shots. But
for the caliber of these teams, a relatively low-scoring first quarter, just 11-7, chance to make it 12 here does Stone. But obviously the offense is being premiered, but the defense is playing their factor as well early in this one. So Stone will hit both. The score now 12-7, as the Academy of Carolina basketball will heave it to end the first quarter. So the score at the end of the first, the Sunrise Christian Academy Buffaloes 12 and the Carolina Basketball Academy Tigers 7. A fast-paced first quarter. Not too much scoring, a lot of missed three-pointers. But we're going to go ahead and take a short break here on the Roxamore Sports Network. We'd like to thank you for joining us this evening. We'll be right back for the second quarter of play.
Trouble can find anyone. At Frank Walker Law, we take the time to understand your situation and work tirelessly on your behalf. Hard-hitting representation when you need it the most. A real law firm getting real results.
Network. The Buffaloes of the Sunrise Christian Academy are ahead by 5, 12-7. They're led by head coach Luke Barnwell in his 5th season with the team. In just his first 2 seasons as the head coach, he had 4 players in the top 100 2020 draft prospects.
So
coming out fast and trying the three-point shot right after the break. That one's not going to find the mark. So it'll be Carolina Basketball Academy setting up their offense and trying to shorten this lead for the Buffaloes. And we're going to get an illegal screen called on the big man. Solomon Ray sends it right back to the Buffaloes.
Yeah, so far, first quarter was a lot of players heaving up three-point shots, so you didn't really have a high-scoring first quarter, but we look forward to these young men getting tuned in here, getting their shots tuned in, and being able to knock them down from long range.
Oh, and look at the lob. That was by number 4. And then the high-flying dunk to number 23, Shaden Sharp, assist by Willie Lightfoot. Nice-looking offense there, getting the back screen and opening them right up along the baseline for the slam.
Yeah, that was a great play. Great eye contact from the 2 young men. putting the ball up right by the rim where he can go up and get it, climb that ladder, and dunk it.
So already 2 dunks for the Sunrise Christian Academy here in the first half, and another miss. Now a 7-point lead for the Buffaloes. Had a chance with the fast break there. Now going inside, strong take at the hoop. In and out, no good, but a foul called. That'll send Shaden Sharp, the 6'4", just a sophomore for this team, to the line. And it looks like it'll be number 0, Chris Asobaye, checking in for the Tigers.
Back into the Buffalo, Tyler. Back in for the Tigers, Christopher Osabaye.
So that first free throw was missed off the mark. We have another free throw here.
Sharp splitting the pair, hitting the second. It's now 15-7 with 6:30 remaining here in the second period of play. Live from Woodland Hills High School here on the Roxamore Sports Network. Trying to steal it from behind, won't get it. Nice take inside, the bucket and the foul. And that'll go to Dante Walker.
Yeah, that foul's on number 21, I believe, the big fella down low, Zachary Clements, 6'10".
And Dante Walker making his presence known now with 6 points, chance to make it with 7 here on the free throw. Walker showing that touch from the free throw line once again, gets it to go. He's now 3 for 3 from the charity stripe. Press possession for the Buffaloes. Nice ball movement, kick out, corner 3. That's off back iron, and now an offensive push for the Tigers. They had numbers at first, but then lost it, and now we're going to switch it right back around. The Buffaloes of the Sunrise Academy on the push. Coming inside, and a nice scoop layup by Ty Berry.
Yeah, that's a great drive by that young man. Could have settled for the three-point shot, puts it on the floor, goes right around the defender, and lays it up off the board. Good basket.
And as you mentioned, Ty Berry already signed with Northwestern. Decided to finish his high school career at Sunrise Academy. This is his first year. Now a foul on Dante Walker. Looks like a push-off. We'll give it right back to the Buffaloes. Checking back into the game, the top prospect for the Buffaloes, Kendall Brown. Got pretty good time in the first quarter. They gave him a bit of a break, and now he checks back in and will set up right at the foul line. Thinking about the 3 was Jones. The shot by Brown just off the mark. It's Omar Gardner zigging and zagging, now kicks it out to the 3. A nice behind-the-back dribble, but a foul called. Unable to finish the bucket, but will go to the line for 2.
Also for the Buffaloes, we have checked in number 25 is Isaac Odikanye. He's actually from the Republic of Congo, and he is being recruited by Kansas State right now. But that young man is a great-looking young man, looks very like a good athlete, and he'll probably be playing in some school here in the fall Division I basketball.
And more than likely, every player on this starting lineup for Sunrise Christian Academy has a solid chance at making a Division I roster. And then to the other side, the Carolina Basketball Academy. You might ask, what is a basketball academy exactly? So they focus on player development and training. The goal is to develop an athlete into the best basketball player they can using the intense progressive techniques that you would see in advanced college teams in the NBA. So yes, they still have to go to school, do their homework, and take their tests, but their main focus for these kids is developing them into elite basketball players to make it to the next level.
That was another high-flying alley-oop to Shaden Sharp down low, finishing the deal at the rim. So great, communication by those young men. And we have one going to the hoop.
It'll be another and 1 for the Carolina Tigers. This time going to the line will be Christopher Stone, 6'3" senior. And while it really seems like Sunrise Christian has been dominating this game, Carolina basketball within 6 points, chance to make it 5 here. as we're about a little bit past halfway through in the first half. So the Tigers showing they're a very effective free throw shooting team. They haven't missed one yet from the line. That's the first 3 points of the game for Stone. Tigers settling down into a 2-3 zone. Kick out 3 for Barry. He thought about it but passed it up. Oh, and good hounding defense by the Tigers. Now coming on the other side. Oh, and he slams it down with the right hand. Number 5, Omar Gardner, giving him an education and elevation on the dunk and a chance for another one. A 2-on-1 break. He's going to take it himself. It was Dante Walker this time, and a nice push for the Carolina Basketball Academy, keeping Sunrise on their toes. Now a 1-point game.
Yeah, hold on to your horses there, brother. We have a new ball game. All of a sudden, 19-18, as the Tigers will not go away. Showing some good effort there, getting in the passing lane, getting a couple of turnovers, and finishing at the rim on the other end.
Yeah, and I think this they switched to the zone recently. I think that really surprised Sunrise, doing a good job of using their length on the 2-3 zone. So we have about 30 seconds here. We're going to go ahead and take a short break from the Roxamore Sports Network. We will be right back for the rest of the second quarter action.
Well, I guess we will not take a break. We'll be getting back to the live action here in just one moment. As we have a great game going on, it's heating up here. The Sunrise Christian Academy versus the Carolina Basketball Academy. Both teams are loaded with collegiate players. Just a great time to come out and see some good basketball, normally on a level that we wouldn't see here in this area.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Don't want to bash Whippeal basketball, but definitely these teams are on another level. Sunrise Christian on the offense, nice dish inside, now coming inside, just lays it right in front of the rim for 2. That was Kenny Poto with the bucket.
Yeah, that was Kenny Poto with the bucket. And that's a great, he's a great Swedish international player. So again, this team is loaded with players from all over the world. And so good to see a different brand of basketball here being played today.
Going way up high for Walker. He's good, but I don't think he was getting up that high. But possession will stick with the Tigers. And you talk about foreign players the team will see in the third game of tonight's action. Bishop Walsh is primarily foreign players from Botswana and Germany, as he's going to pull that 3 from the top of the key. Sunrise Christian had numbers at first, but they're going to go ahead and slow it down with the kick out and another turnover for the Buffaloes. Walker taking the contact and a nice finish with his right.
Yeah, good finish there for Dante Walker for the Tigers. Took a little contact, could have easily been an and 1 there. No call.
So now Walker, the first player in double-digit scoring for either team. He's having himself a game early with 11. The miss by Clemens, doing a good job of cleaning up his own shot, puts it in for the deuce, the lead back to 3 for the Buffaloes.
And we have looks like we have a turnover here.
So a little bit out of control there was Dante Walker. You can tell they like to get him his one-on-one chances. A bit of a high screen, and then he tried to spin inside and just lost control of it. So a chance for the Buffaloes of Sunrise Christian to extend. Willie Lightfoot, the floor general for this team. Brown fakes the 3, now back to Lightfoot. The Tigers staying in the zone, now taking it inside is Barry. He can't buy the bucket, and possession goes back to the Tigers.
Yeah, Barry was a little out of control on that drive. You like to see him settle down and take the little mid-range shot, not driving into the lane amongst the trees there, and just get that mid-range shot up and make it.
So now we're going to get a little bit of pressure here in the front court, and it leads to a turnover. Sunrise coming back on the offensive break. Nice push ahead pass to Barry, and he gets the bucket to go. Ty Barry for 2.
That was a great break. Good passing by the Sunrise Christian Academy.
So Sunrise starting out fast, and then they slowed down a little bit, and now it looks like they're right back in their groove, getting that defensive pressure going. And nearly another turnover. Now the ball back to the Buffaloes. Diving effort, and now a push up to Brown. Look out, watch your head. He jams it down with the right hand, and now a timeout. Oh, no, not a timeout. They're going to call time here as the net got caught up in the rim. So Kendall Brown flushes it with the right hand after pushing it way ahead on the break.
Yeah, that was a good pass. Good basic football pass overhead. Good reception, soft hands, and finishing at the rim.
And Walker had a teammate open in the corner there. Just got to pick his head up. He had a mission for the rim.
Foul on the Buffaloes, number 10, Kendall Brown.
But that will be a foul on Brown, so that'll send Walker to the line where he's perfect today.
Shooting for the Tigers, Dante Walker.
So far, the Sunrise Christian Academy looks like they're starting to find a groove by turning up their defense on the, on the defensive end, creating offense off of their defense. So we have about 1 minute and 15 seconds left to go here in the second quarter.
So now the Buffaloes fast on the break as Walker misses his first free throw of the game, splitting the pair. And now Barry's going to try another three. We know he can stroke him, but he's been a little bit cold to start out in this first half. So 27-20 to the score as we are under a minute. And Walker coming fast and a bit out of control again. Now Agent Zero in there. He can't get the roll. He'll try it again. He's in there amongst the trees. And now the Buffaloes fast on the break once again. Tried the Euro step. Oh, and we've seen him shoot him in the warm-ups. I'm surprised he didn't pull it there. Had a wide open look on the left corner. So we now have number 3, Keon Gill, 6-foot senior, checking in for the Tigers.
That foul was on number 4, Omar Black.
And once again, floating way above the rim, Kendall Brown making it look easy on the inbounds play. And if you're a coach for the Tigers, that's just unacceptable. Getting a wide open, no contest dunk right off the baseline inbounds. And now a 9-point lead for the Buffaloes. Shot clock will turn off with just 25 ticks remaining on the game clock. Doesn't appear Sunrise Christian is going to switch up from their man-to-man defense as a nice-looking shot there. Number 12 showing some nice touch from downtown. So Sunrise going to hold it for the last shot as time expires. The shot by Barry off the mark. So an up and down first half for the Carolina Basketball Academy Tigers and the Sunrise Christian Buffaloes. The score at the end of the first half is Sunrise Christian 29 and Carolina Academy 23. Carolina Academy led by Dante Walker, and on the other side, Kendall Brown doing a lot of the work. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here from the Roxamore Sports Network. Stay tuned for the halftime report. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Roxamore Sports Network. Travis Newton joined with Craig Thomas. We are here for the halftime report for Sunrise Christian Academy versus the Carolina Basketball Academy. And so far, the cliche has lived to be true. Basketball is a game of runs. We've seen about 2 or 3 of them here, and it's really been Kendall Brown living above the rim for Sunrise Christian.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about it prior to the game, but one of the keys for Sunrise Christian Academy was to not settle for the three-point shot. Early on, they had to spend a lot of time settling for the shot. But as they played their defense, they picked up on their defense a little bit, and they created offense off of their defense.
And on the other side, it's been Dante Walker. He's really just been putting his head down and finding himself at the rim, doing a good job of getting to the foul line and converting. What do you see to be the strategy for Sunrise Christian to limit him in the second half, as he had 13 in the first?
So going forward in the second half, they're going to have to just continue to try to play good defense and not settle for the easy shots, and continue to get the ball down low and just play strong. Both teams are very good, well-coached teams. Both of them are very disciplined. They just have to take care of the ball and be disciplined and make great plays.
And we mentioned it at the beginning of the game. It seemed like that Sunrise Christian had really been blowing them out, but then you look at the score and it's only a 5-point game.
Right.
What do you think has been the attributes for the Carolina Basketball Academy that have really been keeping them in the game, even though it seems like they've been getting dominated?
Well, they've been getting to the rim, and they've been getting they had a couple and ones where they got to the basket and got fouled and completed their foul shots. They've been doing well at foul shooting. I think they only missed 1 in the first half. So that was one of the things that kept them in the game. So going forward, they have to continue to get the ball inside. They're not settling for all three-pointers. So if they can get inside and make some baskets and continue to make their free throws, it should be an interesting second half.
All right, well, you guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for the second half with some of the top basketball talent in the country here on the Roxamore Sports Network. We'll see you there.
Bad things happen to good people. Accidents, serious injuries, or even death. When they do, families call Frank Walker Law, where we fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Hard-hitting representation when you need it the most. A real law firm getting real results.
Pardon me, ma'am. My Sound Wireless Delivery, the Line Edition?
We are back, and we are live here from the Roxamore Sports Network. Travis Newton joined alongside Craig Thomas for second half action between the Sunrise Christian Academy and the Carolina Basketball Academy. It has been Kendall Brown dominating early on for the Buffaloes of Sunrise Christian. One of the nation's top recruits and the best basketball player in Kansas, has 10 points, and all of those coming above the rim.
Yeah, that was a great rebound by number 21, Zachary Clemens, a 6'10", senior.
So the Tigers found that the Buffaloes were a little bit bothered by that 2-3 zone, so they're going to go back into it. But the best way to kill a 2-3 zone is in the middle of the paint, and they do that there with Clarence getting the easy bucket on the right-handed floater.
Yeah, that was the senior Zachary Clemens with the great finish. Not a bad basket there starting to come out of halftime.
So we are going back to the starters from the opening half. For Sunrise Christian, we have Ty Berry, Jayden Stone, Dylan Jones, Kendall Brown, and Zachary Clements. And then for the Tigers of the Carolina Basketball Academy, we have Dante Walker, the leading scorer of the game, Omar Gardner, Chris Osobaye, Solomon Ray, and Jared Smalls. So it will be a baseline inbounds for the Carolina Basketball Academy. They're wearing black this evening, Sunrise Christian in the gray uniforms with maroon lettering. Sunrise Christian coming on the break, have two players wide open in the corners, but it will be a traveling violation on Clements.
So it looked like a travel early on, but I thought the initial move he traveled, but the secondary move down low looked good, but they called it travel, so turnover again. You get a little pressure coming out of the Sunrise Christian Academy here.
Oh, nice take inside. Unable to finish, however. That was Chris Osobaye. Missed the bunny and missed out on points for his team, who trails by 8 points, 31-23, with 6:28 remaining in the third. Tigers trying to force it once again on the inbounds. They give it right back to Sunrise Christian.
For the Sunrise Christian Academy, one of their reserves just checked in. Shaden Sharp is back in the game. He was a good contributor off of the bench in the first half, so we'll see if he can come in and add a punch to that offense.
Once again, this is day one, game one of the MLK Showcase Stand Up Against Violence here on Martin Luther King Jr. weekend. The following game was between the host school, Woodland Hills Wolverines, and the Gators of Gateway High School.
So we look forward to a fun weekend of basketball here, live on Roxamore Sports Network. Please continue to pay attention and watch, log in, or come out and join us on a great weekend of basketball.
So Sunrise unable to capitalize off of the turnover. They give it right back to the Tigers, but stingy defense at the top of the key there by Jared Smalls. He hasn't done much scoring, but he's been a staple on the defensive side. And now catching it after going in from out of bounds. And the Tigers frustrated here at the start of this second half.
So it looks like the Sunrise Christian Academy brings the ball up here and try to get back on track offensively.
Both teams have been off to a bit of a slow start here to start the second. See if we can get started with a three. Instead, he passes up on it. Nice cut inside and a nice find. Gets it to Jared Smalls. I mentioned his name with not scoring. What does he do? He goes and gets a bucket. Nice movement without the ball there by Smalls. So now using his hands on the defensive side to create another turnover and a fast break for the Buffalo. And not much you can do there with 6'10", following it up at the hoop.
So it's good to see these young men getting the ball inside, not selling for the three. You know, the NBA game has changed so much that a lot of players don't even go to the hoop anymore.
And Sunrise Christian putting together a nice little run here to start the second half. Their lead now moves to 14 over the Carolina Basketball Academy after the bucket by Shaden Sharp. So we're seeing a lot of success here by Sunrise Christian, and they're mainly doing it on the defensive side, doing a good job of using their hands. What else have you seen from Sunrise Academy that you've been really impressed with through these first 3 quarters thus far?
Well, so far, the second half, they come out with a little bit of pressure. And once, like they did in the first half, they created offense off of their defense. And here in the second half, they haven't been settling for the threes as much. They've been getting the ball inside, up on the rim, which allowed for them to take that decisive size advantage that they have and get offensive off of second chance shots and miss shots at the rim.
So the score with 4:42 remaining in the third period of play, it's Sunrise Christian 37 and the Carolina Basketball Academy 23. Sunrise Christian has led throughout, but the Tigers brought it back to 1 in the second quarter. And now they're just losing control as look at this lob going way up high, floating above the rim and throwing it down. That was Sharp once again showing off the leap.
Yeah, Mr. Sharp is definitely a high flyer. That's probably his 4th dunk of the night. I'm not sure that he knows how to do anything but dunk the ball right now at this point.
And with athletic ability like that, you really don't need to do anything else until you get to the next level at the high school level. If you can jump like that, chances are you're going to be successful, especially at 6'7".
So we have a stoppage in play right now. We have a foul on the Buffaloes here. So Tigers will be going to the free throw line for 2 shots here.
And it'll be Dante Walker at the charity stripe. Not sure what his college plans are, but he is wearing the Georgetown Hoyas sneakers. So maybe a little bit of a sneak peek of what he'll be doing in the following offseason.
So in the first half, the Tigers were actually, they shot the ball well from the free throw line. I believe they only missed like 1 free throw in the first half. Second half just had a miss already. So we'll see how this unfolds. They're going to need to make everything to get back into the game.
Sunrise Academy on the offensive side taking their time, tried the floater, won't get it to go. And now the Tigers have a chance for numbers. Oh, strong take to the rim, bringing it right through the trees. No block, but a nice contest. And now Barry coming the other way, gets it to go. Nice touch with the right hand.
Yeah, great pass, outlet pass by a big fella. Zachary Clements hitting the guard for a breakaway layup.
And Dante Walker, as he's been doing all game, going really tough to the rim, draws the foul, and will go to the line.
Shooting 2 for the Tigers. Dante Walker.
Dante Walker thus far, just 1 foul, 12 points. He's the leading scorer in the game currently. And we talked about his successful free throw shooting in the first half. This one, he misses. He's already missed 1 in this half. But learns from his mistakes and sinks the second one. So now 41-25, the lead for Sunrise Christian.
They look very good on that second free throw. Looked like the first one, he just thought about it too much. But
so Sunrise Christian not messing around, kick out. They're going to try the 3, number 2, and they just haven't been able to get those to go. Scoring pretty much all of their points in the paint. The 3-point shot really hasn't been a factor for either team in this game. And now an offensive foul gives it right back to the Buffaloes.
Yeah, charge on the play. Great defense there by the Sunrise Christian Academy Buffaloes there, drawing that charge, standing the ground, and ball's going the other way.
And I'm not sure what the message was from Coach Barnwell at the half after an up and down first half, but his team has come out and responded. Their best player, Kendall Brown, sitting comfortably on the bench right now as his team hoists a pretty big lead over the Carolina Basketball Academy. They're going to be playing 3 games this weekend, and a nice dish inside there. And gets it to go for another pair, so nearly a 20-point lead now for Sunrise Christian. They've really opened it up here in the third quarter.
As Mr. Sharp has come off the bench, and he, with that basket there, has become their leading scorer for tonight. So he's definitely contributed off the bench there, creating some firepower coming in.
And we only have about 2 minutes left here in the third period. Only 2 points have been scored in this period for the Tigers, as that three-point shot is in and out. Can't buy that one. And Barry unable to really handle it there, going for the fast break. They will call him for a traveling violation.
Yeah, Ty Berry got a little bit ahead of himself there. Start running before he put the ball down, turnover. So with a little bit over 2 minutes left to go here in the third quarter, the Buffaloes are leading the Tigers by double digits.
And I'd like to emphasize it again, between both of these teams, we really haven't seen any set offenses, much like the NBA style. Just let them get the one-on-ones, get the high pick and rolls, and see what they can create with their athleticism and height. Sunrise Christian's going to try another three, and this time they get one to go. That's number 1, Devontae Jennings. Those are his first points of the game on the triple. As they've done all game, good defensive pressure up at the top of the key. Oh, and yep, shuffled his feet there. That'll be a traveling violation once again for the Tigers of the Carolina Basketball Academy, and his coach is telling him to shoot it. A little bit hesitant there from the junior guard, Devin Wilson.
So the coach for the Tigers is a little upset at his player. Hey, one thing you rarely see is a coach having to yell at a guy to shoot.
Yeah, you don't see that very often. Usually it's, hey, why don't we stop taking some shots here and get the offense going. But that time, hey, go ahead and throw it up. We're down by 21 at this point. Get your shot, work on your game.
Yeah, coach definitely gave the kid a green light to shoot. So only way they can get back into this game is to take shots early and often.
This foul going on Dante Walker, his second, and to the line for the deuce will be Jaden Stone, 6'4" senior. Stone showing the touch on the free throw. And now we have a grown man coming into the game. It's number 25, Isaac Ondakane.
Yeah, that's the Isaac. Yeah, he's the one that's being recruited from Kansas State.
And you can see why. Definitely wouldn't want to bang around in the post with that young man. Looks like he could also have a future as a tight end or defensive end somewhere. Big frame, 6'8".
Yeah, he's a big kid.
Walker calling for it in the corner, now drives baseline. Had a nice look but couldn't finish. Rolls off front rim, but possession sticking with the Tigers.
Ball goes out of bounds and it stayed there on this end with the Tigers.
Three for Omar Gardner.
Nice shot by Omar Gardner of the Tigers. Pulled up and buried that three-point shot.
Now another mid-range pull-up jumper by Jaden Stone. He's starting to find a little bit of a rhythm here in the third period as the shot clock is turned off. Just 15 seconds left in the quarter, and a chance for the Carolina Basketball Academy to hold it for the last shot. Let's see what they do. Pull up three. Off the mark, rebound by Sunrise, and that'll go out of bounds, but just 0.6 seconds remaining on the clock. So that'll more than do it here to end the third quarter. A commanding lead for Sunrise Christian, the score 50-28. So they'll toss it in, no chance at a shot. So Travis Newton here with Craig Thomas as we end the third period of play. Once again, Sunrise Christian showing why they're the 22nd ranked team in the nation. While we have the chance, this game is sponsored by Wilson Night Out. Come to Wilson's Night Out, not just for a night out, but for an experience of Caribbean cuisine. Happy hour Monday through Friday, 5 to 7 with specialty drinks. Looking for that certain room to host parties, meetings, social events, receptions, repast, and more? Check out Wilson Night Out. So we'd like to thank you for joining us here on the Roxamore Sports Network. a short break, and we'll be right back for the final quarter of play from Woodland Hills High School here at the MLK Showcase.
Trouble can find anyone. At Frank Walker Law, we take the time to understand your situation and work tirelessly on your behalf. Hard-hitting representation when you need it the most. A real law firm getting real results.
50-28 the score. Roxamore Sports Network with live coverage from Woodland Hills High School with the MLK Stand Up Against Violence Showcase. Game 1 of day 1 here on a Friday evening. Travis Newton alongside Craig Thomas on the call. And Craig, a very commanding lead here for Sunrise Christian. They've showed their dominance. They're getting it done on the offensive side, but they've really thrived on the defensive side. Besides their height, what other advantages are they using to really show their dominance against this Carolina team?
Well, their defense has been intense. They picked up the Tigers' full court press at times, created several turnovers, got easy baskets off of those turnovers, which led to this large lead.
Oh, this time getting a three-pointer to go. This time number 12. Bird getting the shot.
Yeah, that was a great shot by the young man. Spot up, wide open look, and he knocked it down easily.
Stone tried to sneak baseline. His teammate found him but lost control of the ball. Stone, nice kick out to Barry. Barry the shot, Barry in and out. Oh, and gets the lucky bounce to go as he flashes the three birds running back down the court.
Yeah, great shot by Ty Berry. We alluded to earlier, that young man's already signed, sealed, and delivered going to Northwestern. Great institution, higher institution of educational learning. He's going to be a great player for them in the years to come in the Big Ten.
So Sunrise Academy answering a three with a three of their own. We're going to get a foul on the floor here and a baseline inbounds coming for the Carolina Basketball Academy. And we see right here in front of us, number 20, Solomon Ray. For being 6'11", really hasn't made much of an impact on this game, been quiet offensively. He's been consistent at contesting down on the defensive side, but really not looking to create his own shot or post up down there in the paint.
Yeah, it's surprising that that the Tigers haven't gone to him down low at all and tried to get him involved in the game, because he's a big, tall young man. Looks like he could be a formidable opponent down low, but hasn't gotten many touches in this game.
Trying to take a charge there, won't get it to go, and now numbers way ahead for Sunrise Christian, but a little bit too anxious on the break. They get called for a travel.
Yeah, it looks like they did try to get the ball down low to Solomon Ray, as we alluded to a minute ago, but they weren't successful. They maybe, want to go to a side and play a two-man game with him and dump it down to him and let him operate.
Christopher Stone and Keon Gill checking in for the Tigers as that pass was nowhere near where it needed to be. Avoiding the turnover as it was tipped away by Sunrise Christian, so possession sticking with the Tigers of the Carolina Basketball Academy.
Timeout, Carolina Basketball Academy.
Now we'll go ahead and call a timeout here. We've talked a significant amount about Kendall Brown, but with all the accolades that he has, we're going to talk a little bit more about him. He competed in the 2019 USA Basketball 3-on-3 Under-18 National Championships in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and helped his team to a second-place finish in the nation. So this kid definitely getting to show off his talent. I wouldn't be surprised if they left him on the bench, as they left him on the bench for the rest of this game, as they have a 22-point lead now. And while we get the chance, we'd like to remind you that this game is being sponsored by the Wilbanks Consulting Group. Is your athlete struggling to see a career path after graduation? If your child lacks direction, career exploration coaching can help. Career experts at the Wilbanks Consulting Group help your athlete identify their strengths beyond sports for a lifetime of success and career satisfaction. Call 1-833-924-9675 today for your free consultation. Back to the action here, live from Woodland Hills High School at the MLK Showcase. Big lead for the Buffaloes of Sunrise Christian, 53-21 with 6:23 remaining. And once again, showing the touch from downtown. Looks a little bit too late for the Carolina Basketball Academy, but they play more games here at Woodland Hills throughout the weekend, so definitely creating a little bit of momentum for their future games.
Yeah, that was a great shot by the young man. Once again, spotting up, making that three-pointer. Good effort by these young men, showing hustle, going after the basketball, and leaving it all out on the basketball court.
So now Carolina basketball gets it right back. Going to try another corner three. This one jacked up by number 5, way off the mark, hitting off the side of the backboard. Now going inside, nice full court pass down low and deflected at the rim by Solomon, using that height to get the deflection. Another foul called once again on the floor, so a baseline inbounds ensuing for the Tigers. Looks like I spoke a little bit too soon as Kendall Brown checking right back into the game.
So we're under 6 minutes here left in the fourth quarter. In our first initial game here. This year is great MLK. Stop Against Violence, Stand Against Violence weekend basketball tournament here at Woodland Hills High School. And we have a great matchup with Carolina Basketball Academy versus the Sunrise Christian Academy. Right now, the Sunrise Christian Academy has a decisive lead, but as we've seen, the Carolina Tigers, they've picked up their pace here, and they're looking forward to a good showing this weekend.
They certainly have. This game's probably over, but they're doing a good job of continuing to fight while down, putting up some shots, and really getting some scores established, as it's going to be highly unlikely that they face an opponent as good as this one and as strong defensively. But they've been doing a good job of creating shots here in the second half, even though they've been down significantly, finding that three-point shot and getting a few of them to drop. And Coach Jones calling a timeout here for the Carolina Basketball Academy. This is Coach Jones' first year at CBA. In his first year with CBA last year, had a 31-6 record and we're the U.S. Prep National Champion. And while we get the chance, we'd like to remind you to follow us on social media. Check out our Instagram at Roxamore Sports Network. Like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and download our Roxamore Events app in the Google Play and Apple stores. Or you can visit us at www.roxamoresports.com to check out the schedule for future events. We have just a few more minutes remaining here in the fourth period live on the Roxamore Sports Network. Another reminder that Woodland Hills versus Gateway High School will be coming right after this one. It's going to be another big matchup. We'd like to remind you to check out SOAR. They know the rules of the game, but do they know the rules of life? SOAR Youth Empowerment teaches your teen athlete the rules of life. For more information, visit www.soarcoachingacademy.com or call 609-837-7237. Tell them you heard about them here on the Roxamore Sports Network. So 5 minutes, 16 seconds remaining, a 53-36 lead for the Sunrise Christian Academy Buffaloes. Day one, game one here of the MLK Stand Up Against Violence Showcase. Working inside to Brown. He tried to dish it off, being unselfish. Battle for the ball, and it goes out of bounds. Will stick with Sunrise Christian. Trying to force it inside to Brown once again, tipped away, possession back to the Tigers.
Yeah, the Tigers came out with a little pressure there, trying to create some offense off of their defense, and end up getting a turnover.
And now a three pulled for way downtown, NBA range. Nice looking shot there. It was number 4 once again. He's been showing that he's not afraid to shoot it coming in off the bench. It's Omar Gardner.
Yes, that young man has come off the bench in the second half, and that's his third one. Second three-pointer of the half.
And Brown going hard at the paint, trying to catch a body, lost control of the ball midair. He went right at Solomon.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the big fella didn't go up at all to contest it, unless he wanted to be a highlight on Roxamore Sports Network.
Yeah.
But he did not go up at all to contest that shot.
Yeah. Brown showed he's definitely not afraid to go to the rim, and sometimes it's better not to jump, but standing there and leaving your body without a contest, that can definitely be dangerous with that big fella coming in toward the rim at you.
So we are under 5 minutes here left in the fourth quarter. And they've cut into the lead decisively. The lead was once, 20 points?
Yeah, 20-point lead with about 2.5 minutes left in the third period. And they've been doing it with the three-point shot, clawing back into this one. Still a pretty big lead for Sunrise Christian, but Carolina basketball not backing down. They know this is a tough opponent, one of the top teams in the nation with some of the top players in the nation. Doing a good job of fighting. They know they have more games in this tournament. Hopefully getting a little bit of momentum going to take them through the rest of the weekend.
Yes, once we alluded to earlier, the Sunrise Christian Academy Buffaloes have only lost.
And a wild play there,
Sure.
going in for the dunk. He didn't get it to go as it was deflected away, but as he was hanging on the rim, it just happened to find its way in the hoop.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that goes. It looks like that might have been because Isaac Andekanye was hanging on the rim long before the ball went up and it bounced around and fell down. So.
Normally you see offensive goaltending called there, but it didn't look like he bent the rim down, which is usually where you see it called. So if he's just hanging on it, the bucket might be good. Not sure on the ruling there. As once again, the Carolina Basketball Academy going to the line for a pair of free throws. This time it's Keon Gill at the stripe getting his first point of the game. Make sure you keep it locked in here to the Roxamore Sports Network. Directly following the end of this one, we'll try to get a few interviews with some of the top players for both teams and/or coaches. Just 3:45 remaining in the final period of play from the first game here this evening, 5:30. We have a game starting at 7, and then the last one of the night at 8:30 p.m. Corner three, pop shot, no good. Offensive rebound, and now moving fast, Sunrise Christian. Barry really hasn't done much in this game, just 11 points. He's been a silent scorer. Brown had a wide open look, unable to reel it in, maybe a little bit too much popcorn before the game. So another turnover back to the Tigers of the Carolina Basketball Academy. And it looks like it's going to be a jump ball. Possession will stay with the Tigers.
Andekanye checks out, and back in for the Buffaloes is their starter. Zachary Clemens is back in the game. So.
And we talked about Coach Jones for the Tigers. Also like to give a shout out to Coach Primus. He has 14 years of skill development and NBA training in his bag. And Primus also a scouting background as an independent consultant for the NBA. So these guys for the Tigers definitely have a lot of leadership in their coaching positions, a lot of experience in the game of basketball. And it definitely shows with their play on the court. Superior athletes here by the Tigers, and they play the game of basketball well. Really, it's just come down to being outmatched in this game today against Sunrise Christian.
They also started out a little slow.
They did.
If they could have had a better start, like they've been hitting their three-point shots down the stretch, more so than they did early in the first half. That would have kept them in the game, I think, a little bit better if they could have came out.
And both teams have had a pretty good road trip to make it here to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Of course, the Carolina Basketball Academy coming from North Carolina, Sunrise Christian coming from just outside Wichita, Kansas.
Yeah,
so definitely no short trips.
I was looking at these young men as they warmed up, and I took a trip out to Wichita State, Kansas, and I didn't see a whole lot out there. These young men look like they're definitely corn-fed because they're not. They are big, huge young men to be high school players.
And another strong take there by number 12. A little bit of life here for Sunrise Christian, 2:40 remaining, and just a 9-point game now. Looks like Sunrise Christian getting a little complacent here on the defensive side, and the Tigers creating a lot of opportunities for themselves. Let's see if Brown can convert here at the free throw line, get this lead back up a little bit for the Buffaloes. It's also important to note that the Tigers have been on this little run without Deontay Walker in the game, their leading scorer, as he checks back in for Solomon.
Yeah, so looks like the Tigers choose to go smaller and try to get more shooters out there, but I'm not sure that's going to affect them if they need to get rebound.
And it's really tough here for Carolina basketball because, of course, you get the size from Solomon, but he hasn't really done much of anything on the court today. 0 points, couple of blocks, and an assist, but that's been about it for Solomon. Trying to create once again, ball on the ground, fight for it at midcourt, and a jump ball called. The Tigers getting the last jump ball, so this time it'll go back to Sunrise Christian as they were looking to take advantage of the numbers they had on the fast break. Their lead back up to 11 with 2s on the scoreboard, 2 minutes and 22 seconds, 57-46 the score.
Yeah, Coach Barnwell was a little upset at his team over there, yelling at the Buffaloes to get down for that the loose ball, that 50, try to make sure he gets it. Great drive to the hoop there.
Yeah, Barry levitating in the air there, finishing strong with the right hand. He's definitely right hand dominant. We haven't seen him go left much on his offensive takes, but he's been pretty effective, Barry. Now with 13 points. And once again, they're going to send Omar Gardner to the free throw line. He's the leading scorer in this game with 16, a quiet 16 for Gardner, but he's been doing a lot of business here in this closing period.
Yeah, second half, the young fella came out. He was stroking it from three-point land, trying to get his team back in the game. He's done a good job. He was pretty proficient at the foul line. I think he's only missed a couple, but with a big lead, they were challenged to overcome. He would have to make them all.
Now for the Tigers of CBA, Christopher Asobaye checking back into the game. He was a starter for this team. He as well hasn't really done much on the offensive side, just 1 point. The scoring for the Tigers dominated by Dante Walker and Omar Gardner. As Gardner unable to finish at the free throw line there, and a foul down low. That'll be called on the Tigers. And now a little bit of full court pressure here for Carolina, as Barry will be called. He will draw the foul, so another sideline inbounds for Sunrise Christian.
We're under 2 minutes here left in the fourth quarter.
Good job there by Barry chasing down that long offensive rebound, creating an opportunity for his team, going in hard with the right hand. Deflected away and out of bounds. Will go back to Carolina basketball Tigers. And Dante Walker now with 4 fouls. Those fouls a bit disposable, down big here with just a minute and a half remaining. Trying to get something cooking, and here comes Brown. Watch your head as he goes up high and slams it down with the right hand.
Yeah, that's a great. That's definitely a high riser. That young man jumped out the gym on that play.
The Tigers going to try another 3, and once again, they're going to have a fast break with numbers, this time choosing to slow it down. And here comes Brown once again, a wide open lane, this time with 2 hands, wrecking the rim and really boosting his offensive numbers right now.
Yeah, Kendall Brown has gone to the hoop. He's the leading scorer right now for the Buffaloes with 16 points.
Once again, a reminder as we're under a minute here, and Brown with the rejection. Stay tuned at the end of the game for interviews with players and coaches from both teams.
Yeah, we'll see if we can catch up with Brown and Barry for the Buffaloes. Talk to those two young men and follow up with a couple of the coaches here, see if we can talk to them as well.
So the Carolina Basketball Academy just a bit outmatched by the 22nd ranked team in the nation in Sunrise Christian Academy. Barry trying to go to the hoop with the right hand. And now, after the ball hitting the rim, that will turn off the shot clock, and a foul really for no reason here with just 11 seconds. But a foul to give for the Tigers, so it'll be a sideline inbounds for Sunrise Christian. Hopefully they can just inbound it here and hold to end the game.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you would call for a foul that late. Shot clock is off. Game is just about over, and that'll do it for us in this first game.
Yep, the first game of the MLK Stand Against Violence Showcase. The final score, the Sunrise Christian Academy 63, the Carolina Basketball Academy 46. We'll be right back here on the Roxamore Sports Network. Stay tuned. Welcome back here to the Roxamore Sports Network. Travis Newton here with you with Sunrise Christian Academy forward Kendall Brown. Kendall had 16 points in today's game and lived above the rim. Kendall, your team had the obvious height advantage. How did you use that to your advantage throughout the game?
So basically we just knew that we were going to have the advantage, so most of our offense is like to get it in the post and like try to bang with other teams, so we just pounded in the post.
And your dad, a past member of the Harlem Globetrotters, did you learn some of those high-flying dunks from him?
Yeah, definitely. He had a couple bounce in his game, but yeah, definitely.
And a couple more matchups here at the MLK Showcase. What's your team's game plan going into the rest of the weekend?
Basically just stick to what we do, play hard on defense, leads to our offense, and to keep moving the ball and get each other involved.
All right, we'd like to thank you, and good luck throughout the rest of the tournament. Once again, Kendall Brown, the #1 ranked player in the state of Kansas. We'll be right back with more interviews here on the Roxamore Sports Network.
welcome back live here at Woodland Hills Arena, basketball arena, with Ty Berry, one of the leading scorers here for the Sunrise Christian Academy. Ty, welcome. Is this your first time playing in this Stop the Violence tournament?
Yes, it is. This is actually my first year at Sunrise, and yeah, my first time coming out here as well.
So we came out, you had a good game. You guys came out with a double-digit victory. You came out and was shooting from long distance, weren't making them, but you kept hoisting them up, and you got inside and made a couple shots. But look forward to seeing you play the rest of the weekend. What's going to be your plan of attack here?
Really, you know, if I'm going to keep shooting it, as what Coach always tells me, but if I'm not hitting, then I need to try to get to the rim more and create for my teammates.
So we wanted to thank you for coming out, and this young man is already committed to playing in the Big Ten at Northwestern University, which is a great academic institution. This is a great young man. He has a great opportunity to play on the next level. I look forward to seeing this young man as he'll be playing in the Big Ten against my Michigan State Spartans. Take it easy on him, young fella. Great
Yes,
game.
Thank you.
Thank you. Live here on Roxamore Sports. We'll be right back with a Gateway versus Woodland Hills game in our second matchup. Thank you. We'll be right back.